So good to see Todd Carroll in here, my man. Or he was here. Todd, are you there anymore? No, he's gone. Todd was here. Good to see Derek, Mark. What's up? Mark Weber. Good to see you guys on here. Um, yeah, the guy this 100-day um transformation challenge for children. You guys are the diehards. Like you're here on a Friday. Like I look at the end of the week, that the people that come to the call on Friday, you're the serious people. Like it's easy on Monday, everyone's ready to go, Julie, everybody's ready to take over the week and stuff like that. But honestly, like it's getting to the calls on the Fridays when you're tired and fighting through it and just preparing and saying, how can I give more value to everyone that's around me? And if you look at what we're doing, it's tremendous. The MABA Council, everything that's going on with that right now. Like I want to thank you guys, but I have so many people reaching out to me, like saying, Nick, I love what you're doing. I love everything you stand for. Mark, thank you for your message today. Some other people, like I really appreciate that. And really where it's going to go, I'm really excited about it. And again, I keep telling you, reverse engineer everything I'm doing. Reverse engineer. So when we start doing our hot seats on Friday for best practices, like I will take that and put it on YouTube, Julie, for everyone for free. And then also for my virtual conferences, I forget the name I came up with. Same thing. I want to be giving that information away for free. So the whole industry has access to leaders that aren't just like getting paid consulting fees and a bunch of whatever, like referrals from just because they're working together. You know what I mean? Like this is to me, it's like I want them to hear from a lot of different people that are in the industry that have schools and other people that I think as trusted advisors. So, and then what are you doing locally? Like what value are you giving out? Like it's everyone talks about value and it's a joke. Like it's like I was showing you guys a blog the other day of a website of an industry so-called leader, and it's like they haven't done a blog since 2021. Like I'm looking in Facebook groups, like I want to elevate everybody else, Tom. They better step their game up because we're not stopping. Like that is a leader. You like everyone else will like you watch what happens in the next month. All the other competitors will have to raise their level because Tom, they won't because we're not stopping. We're not stopping with giving value and helping people. Like it literally has to be a mission. That's it. So if you watch what I'm doing and you say, well, Nick, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What is your free counsel? What is your free association for parents? Like, what is your like leadership council of your parents? Like anyone that's on the leadership council, wait to see how I do in the next couple hours. Like, what's really cool about this is, and this is you should be reverse engineering this. I'm getting all my leadership council members to. I have an image for them, and then I give them a post, Derek. I'll have it to you later today. Mark Ajostic, whoever else is in my leadership council, and then Julie, they'll post on their group. Nicholas, I think most of you guys are on the leadership council. They'll post on their page, and it gets and they post like what I gave them, and it talks about what we stand for. And then, hey, if you're looking for free help, all your friends, Julie, will see it, and they'll get into the group. Like some, maybe four or five of them. But if I have 60, 70 people in the council and everyone, it's like, what do I do, Tom? I'm like, I'm going to litter the industry and they're going to say, I want to annoy my competitors, Tom, just like Trump's doing. I want to have people with like, oh my, you watch the reactions inside of days. Like everyone's going to come up with something new. Everyone's now going to be talking about what I'm doing. Like it's like, and the thing is though, the plan, okay, all comes down to discipline, implementation, and consistency. That's all this is. And the thing is, so when you have this mission you're doing, you're like, you're right, Nick. I need to help people with mental health. Like I'm so committed to it. I'm never stopping again. I'm gonna stop with this inconsistency. And you engineer what I'm doing, it just starts spreading, man. And the reality is, it's like I'm committed. Like, Mark, I don't. it's not a question. Am I gonna make money from this? I know I'll make money from this, but that's like that is down the road, Daryl. Like it's to me, it's like I want to help as many people as possible for as often as possible, for as long as possible. And then what will happen is someone will just come into me and say, so Nick, let me ask you a question. Like, like you're there because the council is going to vet other services and business providers, not in a negative way, just about like, I want someone to say like, hey, listen, what are the good things about signing up with this person as a consultant? And then Tommy or someone, whoever's in the council should say, well, like, have you talked to any of their clients they work with? Have you asked three people? They want to charge you $1,000 a month to consult them. Did you ask them for three referrals? No, they said that everything's like confidential. Yeah, to me, that's nope. I would never work with someone like that. Or if someone wants to do Facebook ads, hey, have you talked to any of their clients? Hey, have you asked them about this level of service for when you need updates for your website? Like these are the things you need to ask. You know what I mean? It's like, and that's what the council does too. So this, what I'm about to give you right now, is another example. This is, I spent hours on this and I get nothing for it. And like, but most people are like, you have the opposite. You have this problem with getting leads and people in the door, but you want to do nothing to get them. It just makes no sense. The people I know that are struggling the most, like that are listening to this recording as well, like it's like I don't understand. Like, you do you have this entitlement? You think that ads are just going to get you students this month? Like the reason why you don't have students, the reason why you're struggling, is that no one sees any results you're getting for anybody. No one sees any type of transformation. Like whether you are getting them or not, you're not putting them out there to let other people see it. No one sees anything. So that's it. That's what it is. So you are now reverse engineering. You're taking all the things I'm doing. You're going to try to do it uh, at your own pace whenever you could do it. It's not like you have to do this in days or something like that. And this 100-day transformation for kids, this can be done. Like, here's the thing. I don't care when you start it. You want to start it March 1st, Derek? Start it March 1st. You want to start it March 15th? That doesn't matter. Whenever you're ready to do it, start it. Now you're doing this for your students and your leads. This is the other thing that I hope people start copying me from. The leads that everybody wants to get to come in the door. It's like you keep asking, you keep poking them with the same question. You want to try my 6-week special? You want to try my free class? You want to try my free, like my 30 days free? You want to try this? You want to try that? It's the same question over and over again. You should be taking what I'm making for the Kid Warrior, and you should be saying to them, "Hey, Derek, listen. I know that you said for the past 6 months. Actually, I could be. Let's be funny. I've been messaging you for 6 years now, and you've never came in. You know, how about I give you something you could do at home with your children? How about I give you something you could do at home by yourself? You know what I mean? Like, you see what I'm doing, Derek? Just like think about the lack of imagination of in our industry. Nobody, everyone just keeps doing the same things, same offers, whatever. Like, give them something they could do at home. They're not ready to come in yet. But Nick, well, what is the conversion process? You're already asking the wrong question. The conversion process is giving a shit. The conversion process is actually caring about them. It's not some secret way of like, well, what I wait for is this moment. Then I ask them, could you come in for a free class? You'll know when to bring them in. They'll ask you. That's sales. Sales isn't like, I'm looking at people like trying to go to sales seminars now. I'm like, oh my God, really? You know, it's 30 years. You need to go to another sales seminar? No, you don't. You don't need another go to just get people results. Get them a win. Give them some type of benefit. Give them a victory. That's it. That's how you sell. All right. So what I'll do is I'll go through the outline and then I'll go through the graphics. I'll put all the graphics in there for you. I'll go through the 4 events that I made the outlines for you too. There's 4 different events. And the seed I like to plan for you is these 4 different events, whether Daryl, it's people that like you invite the leads to come in for it, or you're just doing it internally for your students. Like, that is your opportunity to do what I'm doing right now. Like, I will take this content, I'll spin it, put it onto my YouTube channel or my blog, put it out in an email. Like, you're positioning yourself. So if you're doing it for your students, because no leads are coming in, it's like, oh, it was such a waste, Nick. No leads came in. No, because they still don't believe you. Your leads still don't believe you. So if you did something with 4 students, 5 students, one of these workshops, this is how you make reels. This is an interesting reel. Anyone can make a reel about an offer, but most people don't have the content, Derek, to make a reel that actually captures and engages with someone. All right. All right. So let's go through the outline first, and then I'll go through all your questions and stuff. So here's the outline, and then I'll go through. I have all the graphics for you. I have all the events for you. Some stuff I don't have for you, and I'll leave it up for you. All right. So again, starting from the beginning, this is for leads and students. All right. So it's not just for your students, Pedro. It's for your leads as well. And for anyone listening to this, that you don't have leads in a database, and like, it's like, it breaks my heart. Some of my friends that have been open for 28 years, Godfather, they don't have the leads from all those years. Let's not worry about the past, but moving forward, like, that's why, like, some people, like, these companies, I don't know how these companies don't even care, like, where your leads are. But that to me is like, they don't really care about you. You know what I mean? Like, your leads, you have to know where they are. They're like pure gold. So whatever happened in the past, whatever, but moving forward, like, where your leads are going and how they're being put into a system are crucial, right? Because those people, like, it doesn't matter, they're they could be ready to buy at any time, years later, months later. Okay. So you always are building your list, write it down. You are constantly in list building mode, constantly. You are a list builder, right? The reason why your list isn't building is because you're not giving anything away to build your list. Like, so it's not just about putting out content, Daryl. It's if you watch what I've done, I said reverse engineer everything I did. I'll show you the list I built this week. There's like 90 new people on it. Not a lot. 90 to 110 new people this week from making an email, giving something out, filling an opt-in form, and going into a pipeline. All right. So all the so-called marketing experts out there, none of them are showing you that. They're not showing you that because they're not experts. They're not. Okay. I am. I've been doing this longer than anybody. Okay. So let's go through this. All right. So here we go. So this is for leads and students. It solves both problems. Okay. So let's look at the problems that solve it. Number one is keeping your leads engaged. Your leads need some value, something that makes you stand out. And most of the time, you're not giving them anything that does that. It provides insane value to your current members. So besides the regular classes you're giving, I'm giving you something on a platter that you can make even better to give more value to your current students. It positions you as a leader in developing strong, confident kids. If I were right now focusing on kids, which I'm not, I'm focused on fitness, kickboxing, and fitness. That's just my decision. I would absolutely be focusing on that for kids. I can go on for hours of the reason why, but off the top of my head, music is poisoning them. Television and like I look at this television Godfather, I feel like my grandfather. I'm only 50. There's 700 channels on television, right, Daryl? 700 channels, and the reality is that the most of these channels have an agenda. Look at the Rocky story. Let's think about that for a second. The movie Rocky. There's no like anything to do to plant seeds of doubt sexually into the movie. There's nothing to do to push you in a political direction. Like it's like these kids are surrounded by subconscious programming, and most of the parents don't even see it. Okay, music, television, social media, like let's face it, that you're at war with keeping your kids out of going down the horrible like areas of subconscious programming that's not going to make them ever be the best version of themselves. So to me, the opportunity to train kids, oh my God, it's just enormous. Now, there's a lot of competition though. It's not just the martial arts schools. You have year-round sports. You have lots of competition. So this is how you break through the noise. The old way of talking about modesty, self-control, discipline, all those principles of black belts, too much. It's too much. Like the mind cannot handle that much information. Stick with one thing. I make confidence kid. I make confident kids. I make kids tough again. Remember, I was talking about like so went over people's heads in the marketing group. What are the catchphrases the politicians are using? They do it so it catches, but some of us don't pay attention as a strategist. You need to. If it catches, then it sticks and people remember it. You need like so if you're into confident kids or making kids tough again, it has to be at a third grade level, so easy that anyone can remember it. All right, so this is not just another offer or short-term challenge. This is a full spectrum transformation. See, I like that, Daryl, right there. So, Nick, what's the difference between this and the 6-week special down the street? I have no idea about the 6-week specials down the street. This is a full spectrum transformation that helps kids build confidence, strength, and discipline. See, I stuck with 3 things: confidence, strength, and discipline. Like I'm going to stick to those 3 things over and again: confidence, strength, and discipline. Confidence, strength. Like that's all you even need for your like scripture statements. That's all you need for your marketing message. When you make it, we do everything for all kinds of kids. We're here to help everyone. We do everything. We help you with focus, control. No, you don't. Everything is nothing. Stick to 3 core principles, whatever you're changing for people. They'll remember it. The best part, you don't have to do all the work. It's already structured and easy to implement. I already have the breakdown for you. So for your students, for your leads, more confidence, more discipline, more strength. There it is again, Daryl. More confidence, more strength, more discipline. This isn't about kicking and punching. So it doesn't matter if you're doing jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, Taekwondo, doesn't matter. It's about creating real lasting change in kids. All right, I made 4 phases. Each phase builds on the last, giving kids a clear path of becoming the strongest self. Phase 1, obviously, this is the way you build the foundation. All right, so when you're talking about your parents, hey, I broke this into 4 phases. Phase 1, we build the foundation for strength, confidence, and resilience, whatever it is, right? So that's number one. So the phase number one, the focus is on daily habits, mindset shifts, and physical strength. So right now they don't have good habits. That's part of their foundation. Right now they need a mindset shift, and they also need physical strength. So the daily warrior activities, morning warrior routines, warrior reflection, warrior move of the day, whether it's body weight or some type of exercise, and a nutrition challenge. Okay. So for a month, all you're gonna need to do, Godfather, like this is literally your theme for the month or for the week. Each week, week one, we're working on morning routines. So for 1 week, Godfather, like if you need more help with that, but it's like give them a morning routine, have them implement it, have them post about it. Warrior reflection, set a goal and do an act of kindness. Okay. What is their goal for the week? What is their reflection for the week? What did they accomplish this week? The martial arts move of the day or physical move of the day, is it push-ups? Is it body weight? Like you need to create your own stuff for that. Nutrition challenge, drink water first thing in the morning. You want to add more to that? I just gave you some concepts. So that's how it goes for 4 weeks. And then every week there's a mission. This is what I built for you. I built for you the mission. Okay. So that's like the theme and the activities you do. And then the mission is number one, respect and responsibility. So creating a chores challenge. Week number two, physical toughness, daily movement challenge. So every week there's a challenge and a mission to go along with it. Week three, mental toughness, no complaints challenge, no complaining. As soon as they complain, they're done. All right. How long did they make it? Was it for a week? Did they make it for a week? Great. Week four, community warrior. Write a thank you letter to a mentor. All right. And then the kickoff event, I made this outline for you. It's the Kid Warrior Pledge Ceremony. So you invite all your students to come in. It's a pledge ceremony. I'll come back to that in a second. I have it all written out for you what to do. I have all the graphics for you in the Brotherhood group. I'll put it in here too. All right. So again, the daily activities you want them to do, the mission, every single week there's a mission. Keep it simple. Just so that's 1 month. So after you go through the first month, then you go into month number 2, strength and resilience. So we did the foundation. Now we're talking about overcoming challenges, all right? Pushing our limits, teamwork, and mental focus. So the daily warrior activities and accountability check, parents track daily progress, mental focus drill, 10-minute challenge, which increases endurance and body weight workouts, healthy warrior eating, no processed snacks for a week. The missions, self-control and focus, strength in numbers, partner training. That's a partner training challenge. So these are easy to implement in your classes, guys. Like I can't literally, if I had to go through and tell you, how do I do the partner training challenge? I mean, it's pretty, throughout the week, you're doing those types of challenges in the class. Partners training together with the kids. Leadership, teaching a younger sibling or friend, have them bring a friend in for the class. Have them bring their brother in for the class, Daryl. All right. Warrior service, give back to someone who expected nothing. And then Nick, so if I was going over this one, this is Warrior Service Week. Give back to someone without expecting anything. When you do something, when you give back, I want to bring you up here and you're going to let us know. All right. So when someone comes in, Nick, there's a reel for me. They come in and there's a reel. Okay. So basically when I would record Nick's son talking about this week, and then I'd ask them, could I use this as a reel? And I'd say, here's some of the things we do at Phoenix Martial Arts. For example, we did a warrior service, which was giving back and expecting nothing in return. Hear what one of our students did. Nick, you're getting good with this. You're telling that story of no confidence, and you're showing them how they built confidence. Like this is what content providers do. Every one of you has to become a content provider, or you're going to be extinct in the next 2 years, and you're going to be complaining about ads all the rest of your life. You are a content provider. This is a golden opportunity. I'm giving you how to get content that's going to stick and get through the noise. Every one of these things for these missions, Nick, that is your content. So this week we did something called partner training, and training and strength in the numbers. That's what we do here at our school. Take a look at what the kids did, and you're showing a video of all the kids training together. Like we're teaching them social interaction. We're teaching them how to work together with someone, and we're teaching them the art of communication. So if you'd like to learn, be more of this, shoot me a direct message. Love to hear from you. All right. Self-control, 1 minute stillness challenge, Nick. Like this one, you tell me what's going to sell better. Some offer of you talking about your 6-week special that no one gives a shit about. Okay. Nick, or you have 3 kids that are standing in an attention position for literally 10 seconds. And then you're like, I just want you to watch. This is called concentration. This is what's no longer taught to kids anymore. But guess what? We still teach it. Do you see the focus? Do you see that they're not blinking an eye? Like this is the type of like boredom practice. This is the things that kids need nowadays. Look at them. They could stand here for another minute. I'm not gonna make you watch them, but I want you to really compare your son and daughter. Do they have this type of focus? Shoot me a message. Let's talk more. You see what I'm saying, Nick? Like it's again and again and again. So the reason why then what do I use it for? I use it for email. What do I use it for? I'll put it on your website. So how do I do that, Nick? Get it first. I'll put it on your website. I'll put a reel section on your website. Where's your YouTube shorts? YouTube is the best way to dominate Google. Okay, but we don't have any videos. Like ask yourself these questions, right? Like, so being a content provider, like you have to be a creator. I'm just helping you with showing you these are all reels, Nick, every single one of them. And they're more powerful than an offer or a special or the Valentine's Day special or the New Year's special that no one cares about. Like this, like all these things, I know kids programs better than most. Okay. So if I went to number 3, now mastering the warrior mindset, unshakable confidence. All right. See, like words like that, unshakable. I'm going to teach your child how to have unshakable confidence. So for the next month, Nick, your content's revolving around this. So imagine, Nick, when on your Instagram page for a month, you're making content and everything on an Instagram page, the thumbnail, unshakable confidence at Phoenix Martial Arts. That's the thumbnail, unshakable confidence at Phoenix Martial Arts. That's the first 3 Instagram posts and the next 3 and the next 3. Someone goes to your page. What's the first thing the mom's saying? Seeing, wow, unshakable confidence. Unshakable confidence. What is this? The reason why no one's looking at your stuff is because your content's garbage. It has to be thought out like a movie script. Like that's so unshakable confidence, unshakable. They're going there. Then the next month is fearless living. Fearless. Let me tell you something, guys. Like it's like the people that I'll be working with over the next year, okay, the next couple years, man, so many people are fucking scared. You are scared. I've never seen entrepreneurs. I see people posting about this stuff, but when I see the actions from most of the people in our industry, they are scared. They're waking up in fear every single day. All right. You're not waking up like a warrior. So this is good for everybody on here, but I'm telling you, the people that work deeper with me over the next year, I'm going to turn you into a fearless, like unstoppable warrior. Okay. It's so obvious. Like I can't wait to help people with this. Like, and the thing is, what I'd say to everybody is all this stuff that you're doing, all this, like I could tell you everything on here, every content piece I'm putting out here. This is who I am because I build it. Like you don't want to be putting stuffing out there and then you're weak in the morning and you're giving up in the middle of the day. You had a bad month, you're ready to quit. A bad month, you're ready to quit. No, man, like you are a warrior, okay? But I'm telling you that's the people I'll be helping in the next year. The people that are like, you know what, Nick, I need more mental toughness. You're right, I do. Cool, let's get it. Because I'm gonna break your soul. I'm gonna break you down. I'm gonna say to you, let's be real. Get over it. Stop it. You know what I mean? Like you can't do this anymore. Let's go. All right. That's what I would be making for myself. But I want you to think about everything on here. Do you live by it? Do you live by it? Okay. Don't even put stuff up there if you don't. Okay. So here we go. When we go to week number 3, fearless living. That's why I mentioned that one. Me and I could talk about it every single day. Every single day. Fearless living. Conquer personal fear. Like that's a big one, man. You could do for a month with kids. What are they scared of? No one's attacking fear. Everyone's living in fear. You can make a whole month overcoming fear. There's your Instagram images, Nick, for your thumbnail. Overcoming fear. Give them examples. Like, yeah, you know what? My mentor called me out. He said, Nick, you know what, Nick? Sometimes what he said to me, you wouldn't be able to handle. And I said to him, you know what? You're right. Sometimes I do get like that. I'm calling all these kids out on here, all the parents out on here. It's time to overcome fear. Stop worrying so much. You either pray or you worry. There's no in between. Okay, you're either worrying at night, going to bed, or you're praying and you're thanking God for everything you have. Trust me. All right. Warrior perseverance. Stick with the skill until mastered. I'm giving you Instagram content right here. Like when someone goes to your Instagram page and they're seeing these things, like it's like, and then you're driving them there, Nick, and then you want to turn a glance into a stare. Like this, that's why you're doing this. So if you're giving this to your students and your leads and you're creating all this content, like you are going to be a content machine. And then in the next 6 months, I can't wait for Nicholas Catalese to be going on here, Nick, helping all the other school owners that are behind. And they're going to say, Nick, what did you do? And you're saying, man, I'll tell you, like I took everything Nick gave me for this Kid Warrior. I implemented everything. And it took me about 6 months. Nick, here's the thing you're gonna tell them. I'm telling you right now. Because why? Everybody wants this instant, like freaking needle we put in our arm. Nobody wants to like put out content for like months. They just want, you know what I'm saying, Daryl? They want everything now. But Nick, what you're gonna tell people is, hey man, I'll be honest with you, man. There were times I was ready to quit. There was times for about 3 months I was putting out content, nothing was working. And then all of a sudden, my students started really giving me the referrals out of nowhere. Everyone started talking about what I was doing in the community. Next thing you know, my leads are like, I just started getting so many referrals coming in. Like, stop with this instant gratification that everyone's supposed to just sign up. Like for like you haven't done nothing to give them anything, any type of value. That's the thing, bro. No entitlement. Write that shit down. Like even what I'm doing right now, I don't have any entitlement. I'm going to keep giving great content out and it just comes. But I'm not waiting. I'm not looking. I'm not saying waking up at Akka in the morning like, yo, did we convert anybody? Like I'm going into it with giving, the giving mindset, right? So Nick, you will be, I could tell Nikos Catalyst takes whatever I tell him and he implements it like a badass. And Nick, when people come to you in a couple weeks and they did like 2 posts or they did it for like a week, Nick, right? I want you to call their ass out and say, Nick talked about this. Like, why are you expecting people to just come to you right away? They don't believe you yet. They don't fucking believe you yet. That's the reality. They don't believe, like, it's like there's trust. Look at the world. Look at what kids have to watch on television. I wasn't raised like this. You know who believe? It's like, oh my God, we're saving money on government efficiencies for transgenders getting operations in the in the jungle, and some people are complaining about it. What's going on? They don't believe it. I mean, it's nuts, right? This is a crazy world you're living in. Trust is not as easy as you think, but consistency will cut through and you will get it eventually, right? So anyway, all these topics, the public speaking day, Nick, my God, the number one fear of anything, public speaking. Give the kids a 1-minute speech. They have to go up and do a speech. Nick, imagine that as your content. You're saying, we're here at public speaking day. Let me take it really quickly what it is. I'm only going to take about a second. We're teaching children how to get up in front of a group of people to do a like 2-minute speech, okay, right in front of all these people. Take a look. And then it's like the kids going up there. Hey, my name's Nick. I've been training in Champions Martial Arts for 6 years. The best benefits of Champions Martial Arts have helped me with are this, this, and this. There's anyone whatever, it doesn't matter what the speech is, right, Nick? Like you have it. And then it's like, and then you should bring up another kid, another kid, another kid. Turn it into a 3-minute reel. And then it's like, hey, imagine your email campaign, Nick. Imagine your email campaign. Does your child have a fear of public speaking? Yes or no? Yes. Would it be okay if I send you a video to show you some of the things we're doing? Boom. Like, what's going to sell better, Nick? That or hey, are you great? Like, or just ignoring they're afraid of speaking and saying, hey, Nick, that's great. We help people with that. Could you come in this week? Like, give something. Put it on YouTube. All right. Warriors Code, leadership and mastery. Leading by example, leading from the front, handling pressure and giving back. Leading by example, handling pressure and giving back. Guys, I have something right now that I should be dealing with instead of talking to you, but I'm not. I'm here. You know why? Because Daryl, I know how to handle pressure because I've been through the situations again and again and again. And Nick, you know what I noticed? Nothing ever happens. So years ago, when I thought I was in a tough situation, right? I've learned over the years that it's all mental. Nothing's going to happen today. You had a bad month. No one's coming to kill you. You're not going to die. You know what I mean? It's like, get over it. Can't control so right now, like I had something, if you guys were dealing with it, you would have canceled the call. I know you would have. Like, I am great at handling pressure, but it's because of experience and I've done it time and time again. That's where I want you to become. All right. Not the alarmist. That's what I call them. The alarmist. Like the leads I only got 2 leads this week. I only got this. I only got that. You can't be an alarmist. So all of us, okay, you have to do better for yourself on this one topic as well. Because if you're going to teach people this, you better be living by it. Talk about your own pressures, right, Nick? You got them. Like your school, like, it's tough, right, man? Like you took out loans and whatever. You're there though. You're right there, bro. Talk about the pressure of what you did. Talk about the examples of what you went through, right? And you want more pressure. Write that shit down. You want more pressure. You want more financial pressure. Like if you're not more financial pressure, if you're not trying to make more money, then you're going to be stuck like where you are the rest of your life. Like you have to get courage. You do this. Take care of yourself. You'll get through it. So leading by example, handling pressure, giving back. Let's go right into warrior missions. helping a younger student, stay calm in tough situations. All right. Like, what is your video about that one? You're getting picked on at school. Okay. The kid's getting bullied, right? It was getting picked on, whatever. Show them an example of your kid who's looking, who's like, whatever. Then eventually, like after they get hit 3 or 4 times, they fight back. Like you might say that's not right. Guess what? Look at the confidence in that kid. It looked like he wanted no problem. I don't want any problems. I don't want any problems. You know what I mean? And then staying calm, like he stayed calm. And then when they finally hit him, Nick, the kid takes him to the ground and puts him in a position, Tommy, like a jiu-jitsu position. And he's just like, I told you not to mess with me. Like, like that's what martial arts should do for people. Maybe not take them down and stuff, but I'm saying like you have to craft like these types of stories, right? Organized giving back, a mini fundraiser. Nick, there's another, I keep using Nick because you're the only person I see on the video screen, Nick. It's not because I do like you, but a mini fundraiser. Imagine that real, Nick. Like you have all these people. I know you've done stuff like this in the past, and you're showing like this fundraiser for cancer. You're showing this fundraiser for families, whatever, and you're showing that's a real. This is what we do. I teach you about fundraising, about giving back. All right. Giving back, we do it for nothing, expect nothing in return. That's what true giving is. We're not doing this for anything. We're doing this because people in our community are poor. People in our community cannot afford activities. They can't afford food. They don't have jackets. That breaks my heart. All right. We want people like you to get involved. If you want to be involved in things like this is who we are. Phoenix Martial Arts. All right. Kid Warrior graduation. So after they go through this, Nick, you have this graduation. Right. You have a graduation party. Here's the emails and the text message to promote it. Okay. I'll go over that in a second. I have all that for you too. But let's go over the actual, here you go, the actual events. Okay. So here is the Warrior Pledge ceremony. Now, what I created for you was the outline there of how to do it. So this is how it starts, right? So imagine like just when you're to get everybody to do it and you're asking if they want to do this 100-day transformation, you still have up until this day, Nick, to ask them, could you come to the Warrior Pledge ceremony? Like if you record it, Nick, you have something to give your leads, Pedro. Hey, would you like to see a little clips of our Warrior Pledge ceremony? Imagine that, Nick. Right now, we talk about neglect. Like you can take little clips of that and send it to your leads. And what is it? Okay, well, let's walk through it. So here's the agenda, okay? So you start with a welcome address, a big warm welcome to all the attendees. Briefly explain the purpose of a kid's 100-day transformation. You should have notes you're reading off of. It's totally fine. You talk about the 4 phases, right? And you talk about the significance of the pledge. The significance of the pledge is that you're taking an oath that you're going to try your best over the next 100 days. You're putting it out there in the universe that you're committed. Parents, you're doing it with us. Parents, get up here with us. We're all going to pledge together. Okay, like this is how you start the ceremony. All right. The instructor's speech. Okay, if I were you guys, take notes. I'd have a monitor of a projector and I would have videos ready to go. Like I would have videos ready to go. Rocky, Nick, all right? The I am a champion speech, whatever gets your people going, I would have something like that. I'd have that ready to go. I want to show you something that motivates me. All right. And it's the Rocky montage training story, right? Like I'm 50 years old, Pedro. Every day when I go to the gym, I'm listening to Eye of the Tiger. Every day. Because every day is a fight, bro. Every day there's more problems coming at me. Not less problems, more. The bigger you get, the more problems you have. So I want to share that with all the students. Let's watch this for a second. Whatever motivates you, like incorporate like newer technology, not just a bunch of, like it's really simple to get a projector for $100, connect it to your cell phone and have a projector for another $69. Like go in there. If you don't have it, use a laptop, whatever. Share the insights, the values of discipline, perseverance, and growth that the program aims to instill. So see, I stuck with 3 again, Nick. Discipline, perseverance, and growth. Whatever the 3 things you're talking about. Discipline. Discipline is so sexy to me. I love it. Like I've given up this, I've given up that. I just love waking up at 5 a.m. just to get up at 5 a.m. Like people told me I was crazy. I had a shoulder injury. They're like, he's a sick lunatic. He goes to the gym just to go there, and even though he can't work out. That's discipline, because I don't want to break that habit of going to the gym. That's your speech. I'm not going to go into it forever. Highlight the journey ahead. You're the bus driver, Pedro. The bus driver always could tell people where they're going. So this journey over the next 100 days, Nick, phase 1, we're going to start with this. Phase 2, we're going to do this. It's going to be hard. Absolutely. Are you going to want to quit? Definitely. Right. That's when you keep going, right? Phase 3, we do this. And then guess what? At the end, you're always telling them where they're going at the end. We have our warrior ceremony achievement party. Everyone that makes it to the end, you get to come to this great party. Show them where they're going. And you're going to get this, this, and this, whatever. Okay. Pledge recitation. Lead the students in reciting the Warriors Pledge and commit to uphold the principles of the program. Consider involving parents in a supportive pledge, affirming the role in the child's journey. Okay? So listen. Well, Nick, what's the pledge? Guys, make one up. Like, Nick, make it up. Strength, resilience, and whatever. Make me a pledge that my students and parents would say together for Phoenix Martial Arts that is over the next 100-day journey. Right? Print it out. If you need help with that, I'll make it, but I don't have it today. Right? Symbolic gesture. Okay. Implement a meaningful act such as lighting a candle or tying a wristband to signify the commitment. All right. Is there a band you can get? Okay. Could you light a candle? Okay. Like, I'm sure you can get other ideas too, but it's a gesture as a reminder of their pledge throughout the 100 days. When you make them do something, it's like an oath. All right. Listen, I'm the one that shows you how to build cults because I'm the one who's built more cults than anybody in this industry. It's not a bad thing to build an ethical cult. It's not. You're building, like, there's negative cults and there's good cults. Cult comes from culture, right? Like, what is your cult? This is it. These types of things that make people remember why you do it. It's not bad. People think it's not. Russell Brunson wrote a cult. The funnel hacking cult, Nick. It's not bad, right? So these are the things you need to have. You don't do them, people won't remember you. That's why you do the lighting of the candle, or you do a wristband, or you give them a pair of boxing gloves, whatever it is you do that say warrior on them. I don't know. I wouldn't charge for it. I would do something for free. If you want to upsell them, that's up to you. Group activity, conduct a brief, engaging activity that embodies the program's values, such as a collaborative exercise or a team building drill. All right. Closing remarks. Thank everyone so much for their commitment. Encourage open communication. Have someone, Nick, taking videos of everything, the whole thing you're doing. All right. And then you go into the post-ceremony actions. So one of the things I've been teaching for years is the before, during, and after. And this is why your marketing fails. Write it down, Pedro. Before, during, after. Before, during, after, when you're doing an event, everyone gets excited to do the event, to market the event. Right, Daryl? And then during the event, you kind of like lose, maybe there's only 5 people there, you kind of whatever, you don't really care about it. And then guess what, Daryl? After the event's over, you do nothing. You just do nothing. Like that is the key to everything I'm talking. Like the fortune is in the follow through. That's the only difference between me and anybody else. I have incredible follow through. I have no one reminding me. I've developed a discipline to follow through on everything I do, and I have insane follow through. That's all I have, right? You need the same thing with this. After the event's over, are you doing these things? Distribute materials. Provides participants with materials, schedules, any symbolic items used during the ceremony. Capture the moment. Group photos for the event and share with them consent to use it for content. You need content for your reels. You do, right, Nick? This is where you get it. This is where you get all those pictures of everyone smiling and everybody happy. Follow up. Send a thank you note or an email or a video, Nick, like you do. Reading the key points of the ceremony. You want to know what wins and what's going to get referrals? Right here, Pedro. It's not the conversion. When I used to do bully seminars back in the day for Champions Way, everybody, all they'd ask was, I would get so annoyed. Nick, what's the best way to convert people? By not thinking about that. What's the best way to convert people from the bully prevention seminar? By not thinking about how you're going to convert them. By actually helping them, and then after it's over, like send them a personal video talking about how proud of them you are. Those people are getting bullied. We've been bullied. Most of you in here have been bullied. You know what it's like. It's not a feeling of incredible, confidence. It's a feeling of loneliness. Do you feel like you're scared to get out of your house? You know what it's like, guys. I know what it's like, right? So that's the follow through, right? So that's the first event. Then we go into the family fun martial arts night. Same exact thing, guys. I wrote it all here for you. I'm just going to go to the agenda. Welcome and introduction. Greet families when they arrive. Provide an overview of where they're going. Warm-up session. Family basic training. Demonstration by instructors. Like, I'll tell you, man, like one thing I credit my instructor for, I had to do musical kata at my belt graduations. Nick, I hated it, but you know what? Everyone loved it. It's horrible, horrible, Pedro. Like my instructor said, you will not be a partial artist. I had to do forms, I had to fight, and I had to do weapons. I'm so grateful for that. Like so I could fight, I could do weapons, I do whip chain, broadsword, I could do. I've studied wushu with Lee Pei Yun. So like same thing. Could you do a board break? Could you do some type of demonstration? Or are you one of these people that's telling everybody what to do, but you can't do shit? Demonstrate, lead from the front, be the example. All right. So that I'm not going to go through this, guys, but there's a whole bunch of notes on it. All right. Then we go into same thing, pre-event this is the public speaking day. I think this one will be huge. Like, so Nick, look what happens. They couldn't make it to the pledge for the leads. Your leads are never even invited to an event ever. But now you can invite them, Nick, to the public speaking day. We'd love for you to come to public speaking. Wow, really? Yeah. You don't have to be a member. All right. So we have the whole thing for public speaking day on here. See where that is right here. So participant guidance, topic selection, rehearsals. Well, that's pretty cool too. Like, so Nick, when you're doing this, your own leads, your own students, you're building rapport with them because you're doing rehearsal sessions. Like imagine that's pretty cool, right? Like you get everybody to come in, they get to practice, whether it's your leads or your students, and you're talking about this thing of powerful, overcoming public speaking fears. Then you do the event setup, and then the agenda, welcome address, student presentation. Each student delivers their prepared speech, sharing personal insights and experiences. And then you do an interactive segment, Julie. So where I talk about after it's over, let's talk about how this helped you so much, or the benefits from what made you most scared. And now you have a podcast, you have content for your reels that is going to blow people's minds. Like, remember the 100 days of customer shock? Well, I'm giving you right now the 100 days to shock everyone when it comes to content. None of you are shocking content right now. You're not. Okay. If you watch what I'm doing, I'm continually giving, I'm not even done. And the next thing is then I get other people involved. My leadership council will start getting involved. I can't make everything about me, either can you. But you have to start with having some type of content. And when you get other people to make content for you, that is the most powerful thing you could do, is getting other people making your own students making content for you is where you will be down the road. That's the best proof you can get. All right. So that's the agenda. Instructors reflection. I just want to thank everybody. That's what you say to them. Like, let's give all of you a hand. I love to get a picture with each of you. I'm so proud of you. Okay. Closing remarks. Thank everybody. And then the same thing. Where's a certificate of participation? Recording and sharing, continued support. All right. And then we have the graduation. Guys, I can't even put more into what I did. I'm exhausted for talking for 50 minutes. That's the kind of content I need you to create. That's the type of event I want you to make for these kids. Like when you're done, when you go home at night, Joel, when you're done doing these events, you're just like, I am exhausted. I gave everything I possibly could to this, right? That's how you make great content. You got to care more about the result than the money or the conversion. You got to care about the change you're doing in people. And that's what's happening for me right now. People are reaching out to me. This was so needed, Nick, for the industry. We needed something like this. Oh my God, it's about time. I have people that have been they're like, Nick, I've been in the background for years. Like, I want to help with you. I want to help you help other people. I love this. That's what will happen with you, right? So I will give you access. I mean, this is like whatever. I think it's 7 pages or something. Yeah, 6 pages. I'll put this in the chat right now. I'll put the other content. Then I'll give you the images. I'll show you all the images right now. I'll put this in the chat, and then I'll take 5 minutes for questions. So here you go. Thank you guys for hanging out to the end. You guys are the real diehards. Here's the other 100-day transformation information. And then I will show you the last thing. Here's that. Make sure it works, guys, in case I messed it up. And then here's all the images. I have to put these in a Google Drive real quick. What's that? Okay. Here we go. Of course, now it's not working. Here you go. Gratitude practice. I'm not sure what that one says on the bottom. I can't read it. There's a logo for you. There's about 60 images I have for you for all the different things. Oh, here we go. I put them in the Brotherhood group. So let me show you there. Easier for me to show you there. I'll put them a link for everybody in a minute. Here you go. Sorry. Okay, there you go. So here is these are all the missions for the week. Okay, that's what I made for the images. I'm also getting some other ethnicities, so that don't worry, you'll have them later in the week. And this is what I use for my Facebook page. There's like, I think 30 or 40 images I made for you. They're in the Brotherhood group, and I'll put them in a Zoom link. That's all I have, guys. So there's more images. I could just take 10 minutes to go through all these. There's like 40 or 50 images. Okay, there you go. Yeah, there has to be, I think there's about, 50 images. All the missions are on there, and I made other ones for you too. The events are on there. The event images are on there too. You have all those. All right. All right, guys. Any questions? What's up, Pedro? Godfather.
Absolutely awesome. What you just put out there, brother. Just to give some edification. Those prints are fantastic. They look great. All that information is cooking. I love the public speaking day because that's really what we try to hammer into everybody. And I sent you a video of one of my kids doing that. So
I love it, brother. And
you can post it to everybody too if they want.
and Godfather, send that to everybody too. And then, like I said, what I'm going to do is, Godfather, I messaged you. Use that image you made, and then basically, like, what I'll also, here's what you need to do. So remember the image I'm going to make for all the leadership council. That's to basically tell people that you're in the council, and then to join MABA. I think I'm going to make it free for the first like 400 schools.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to give it free like forever, right? And then what we're going to do though, guys, is like what I'll do is the Kid Warrior. This is what I'm trying to talk about. See, like I'm the only one creating movements. That's the fact. Like this is a movement. Kid Warrior is a movement. So what I'm going to do is, Godfather, is like our whole thing is we're not worried about other people. Like, so what we're going to do next week for Leadership Council, we want to tell all of our school owners we're going to give away for even the people that hate us. Like Nick's going to, here's the entire plan. Here's all the graphics. Here's everything. Just use it. You know what I mean? Like we have to elevate the entire industry. That's our, like, the thing about it. That would be better for all of us, right? So the thing is, what you'll see in the next coming weeks is like everyone else will start giving more value. Everyone else will be watching about ripping people off, like, and doing ridiculous cancellations and making people pay like for a year in advance of things. I've seen crazy stuff. It's crazy. You know what I mean? So, and that's what we're trying to do. That's what our council is supposed to be about. And then what also come in will be like vetting. So our leadership council will also, like, when someone wants to sign up with a consultant, they will go to a group and they'll say, "Hey, I'm thinking about signing up with this guy." And then it's like, and then what you'll do, the council will do is private message them, and you ask, you're not trying to badmouth someone. You're giving them like tips and saying like, listen, what I would do is ask them, give me 3 people you worked with. I would love to contact them. You know what I mean? Like, before they just sign up for someone for charge $1,000 a month. Hey, here's this agency. They said they could double my leads in 30 days. Yeah, like we don't believe things like that. Like that's just bullshit. Like it's just that's just not true. So you want to tell them, like, before you do that, like take a second and ask them to talk to one person like that doubled their students in 1 month. Like these outlandish claims that everyone's getting bombarded with, right? Like it's like that's just not true. So that's it. And then same thing. I don't care. Listen, like if people want to ask about Winterborn or us, like, and you had a bad experience with me, let them know. Like that's the only way it can be fair. Like if you're like, yeah, you know what, I did ads with Nick and they sucked. Like let them know. Like if you had a good experience, let them know. If you had a bad experience, let them know. But we have to like the main thing I'm really trying to do for this council, Godfather, is that you wouldn't believe it because I'm the one talking to so many school owners. These consulting fees that people are promising people and they're getting nothing, like charging someone 2,000 a month. We're not talking about running ads. We're talking about just charging someone $2,000 a month to help them double their students, and they're getting nothing. It's just like you don't see it. And what happens is like it's just we want to that's what that whole that's another thing the council's going to do. The other thing we're going to do on Fridays at 10, like I'm going to take a best practice, for example, cancellations. Like this might start the first week of March at 10 a.m. Everyone comes on. Tom, you'll like this one. And it's more of just like, it's not like the Nick show. It's like, hey guys, it might be me, it might be Godfather, someone that Julie, it could be you. I'm not always going to do it. I don't want to do it all the time. It's a facilitator. And the facilitator comes on and say, all right, guys, today's topic, we're talking about cancellation policies. All right. So the first thing we're going to talk about is best practices. Like, and here's the three things that our council came up with. Number one, do not send people to collection. Like, we just think that it's absurd. Like, they can't pay you, they want to quit, and you're sending them to collection. You know, like, it's like, that's just, we don't think you should do that. Number two, was it clearly written of where the cancellation was? Was there initials somewhere? Is it on a contract? Like, you know, whatever it is. And then we come on and someone says, Daryl says, well, you know, I've been doing a 90-day cancellation. And a lot of times the people are really upset. You know, they're kind of, even though I went over it with them, and then it's like everyone just adds their insight. And then I want to put this on YouTube and for free. Like, you know, so then the next week could be something about like offers, like, you know, opt-ins, whatever, like, you know, emails. There's so much topic, Godfather, right? But I want to create something that when I die, like literally, I'm not even kidding you, that like my wife could say, and people go are like, Nick created this association. It is this free resource. There might only be five, by the time I die, there might only be, maybe there's 200 schools left that are have it for free. You know what I mean? But it's going to be on an app. We have an app for it. Everyone goes onto the app. All the free content's on the app. All those recordings are on the app. And then once a month, we do a 2-hour or 3-hour workshop that's free as well. And I give the topics in advance. And again, it's not like you guys will be the ones speaking. Sometimes I'll speak, whatever. But it's like, and I'll obviously bring in guests and stuff like that. They're outside of the industry. And that's it. It's just like, basically, it's like, listen, stop traveling. I don't really think that I don't see myself doing like in-person events anymore. It'll be more like intensive workshops that for like half a day for people that want to work with me and my team. Like this, just like traveling and like hotel costs and all sort of stuff. Like I'd rather just teach people something specific for 3 hours and you go home. Like that's just where I'm heading towards. And I'm telling you to do the same thing. I think that I'm seeing it. A lot of my friends like Russell Brunson, was talking to a lot of people that were at his event, and even Randy Garn, like they're seeing that it's becoming way harder to get people to go to these live events. People want stuff faster and they want to implement quicker. So anyway, that's why I'm doing the virtual conferences. So it's an app, it's a weekly call, it's a monthly like mastermind, and that's what we're going to do. That's what they're going to get. So any other questions on that or the content?
Real quick question, Nick. So this, if I'm understanding that the kid specific one, this is something that you go out to your leads, you invite them to become part of this process, even though they're not actually in the academy.
That's a great question. Hold on for a second. So what do you do first? And this is what most people won't do for their leads, right? Because nobody wants to do this. And I only say that because no one's doing it. Like I'm going to call everyone out on the call. None of you are doing this. Some people that are doing lead nurture with me, some of them are, but most don't. Okay. You want to prime them first, Daryl, with basically you're not just trying to go right in for the Kid Warrior Challenge, right? You're not trying to do that. You're priming them. We're just trying to get a conversation and get people responding to your list, right? So here, I'll go over them with you real quick. Here's the emails and the text messages. It's a great question, Daryl. All right. So, and I gave them all to you. Like, here's the questions. These are the priming text messages. What's the biggest challenge you want to help your child overcome? Discipline, confidence, focus, or something else? I don't care if you change those three, Godfather, right? You could change them to be resilience, confidence, strength, whatever. And do you notice there's nothing in here about some type of 6-week offer or free class? That's it. Like, it's like, next one. If you could improve one thing about your child's mindset, what would it be? Like, okay, like, and then the next one, do you think confidence is something kids are born with or they are built over time? So I'm just doing some priming questions, one a week. one a week or something like that, right? Like to get a bunch of conversations going. And the difference will be between like I think the killers and the people that have this ridiculous like expectation of like people coming in the door. The killers will like have a great conversation with someone, Julie. Like I could see Julie or Tommy Woodruff doing this. Some of the other guys too. And the next thing you know, you're talking to someone and they're talking about how bad your child's confidence is or whatever. And you like, you just pick up the phone and you just say, hey, listen, I got you. Like, let's talk a little bit more. What else has been going on? I'm not trying to convert them there. I'm not trying to say, hey, Tom, listen, I totally get it. But I'll tell you what, I would love to have you come in for my 6 week special. Like, I think that'd be the best thing we could do. Come in for my 6 week. Like, no, I'm just literally just coming in and saying, Tom, listen, man, that breaks my heart what your child's going through. I just wanted to know a couple more questions, but I'd rather just talk to you. Is that okay? It's it's like, why is everybody looking for this, like, this just rush of like, everyone's supposed to just come in? Like when I do things like that, and I've done that, I have a guy with a call on Friday. He wanted to kill himself 6 years ago. Okay. Aka knows what I'm talking about. He wanted to kill himself, right? I pulled over when I was driving from New York on the side of the road, right? And I pleaded with him not to do it. And I said, bro, dude, I don't want to hear this. Like, you're scaring me. I pulled over. Like, I stopped driving. Like, what's going on? Like, you need to stop. I'm going to call the ambulance. Like, what are you doing? Bro, like, stop it. I don't care how bad your situation is, right? Do you know I have a call with this guy? He's got 40 locations. I have a call with him on Monday. He's got 40 locations. Why do you think he's coming to me, Tom? Because of that phone call. He never forgets that the rest of his life. He cries to me every time I talk to him. He's like, you didn't even care, Nick, about canceling when I gave up. You still took my phone call after I canceled and whatever. I didn't have the money for the mastermind, whatever it was. I said, well, of course I did. That's insane. Are you not there for your students when they want to kill themselves? I mean, like, that type of story will go for you guys. Like, it's like, they'll tell everyone about you. Right? I mean, it's like, you're not even doing it for that. You have a responsibility to do it. Number one. Number two, like if someone's that hard up with a confidence and they're getting bullied and picked on and beat up, you better be ready to take them offline. Right. So yeah, Godfather, true story, man. True story. Right. I'll tell you another thing too, is like, this is another thing too. People talk about sales, right? Um, had a customer that basically it was one account. I helped him do something, and the guy knows that I have my manager software. And so what I did was I got on the phone with the founder of the company, and instead of trying to sell them my manager, Godfather, what I did was I said, listen, I'm going to show you what you need to do, and you're probably not going to need me anymore, but I would prefer you to work with me. But I'm going to show you why your system's not working. He has 90 locations right now, and he has 400 in development, right? And again, another situation where I showed him what he was doing wrong, his whole marketing team that he had, right? All these people with MBAs from BYU and Harvard and all sort of shit. And none of them knew how to do it, Godfather, right? But what did he do? He went with us for the lead nurture. He went with us. Like, he's like, Nick, like, you're ahead of everybody. Like, I'm going to use you. He's like, I don't care. Like, I know we could do this because my guys are not where you are. They don't understand. Like, they might know this one idea. What else are they missing? And I said, I'm gonna tell you what they're missing. And then, so that's it. Like, these are the things, guys. Like, it's do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. Like these conversations for these Derek, these messages, get on the phone with them. Let them know you're there for them. Let them know these things. It's like, that's the way to do this. It's not the trying to convert people to fill out opt-in forms or whatever, or come in for the special. Does that make sense, Daryl? Connor, you came into tail end. We'll be with you 1 second, brother. But this
Yes.
is good for you too, brother.
Yes.
Any other
You said
questions?
you've already given us the priming stuff. We already have that.
All in there. Yep. All the priming messages are in there. That's
Okay.
what I would do first. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at those, here's the thing too, like the format, what should it look like? It should look like you're texting someone. When you text someone, do you go to ChatGPT and make it all graphics? No. Whenever you message me, it's like, it should just look real. Like you're texting like a friend, Tom. You know what I mean? That's it. Like a 1 sentence question. Put your name at the bottom with a dash, Tommy. Then they'll like, who the fuck is this? Oh, sorry, Tommy from Core MMA. And then the conversation begins, right? Okay, next question, guys. Any other questions? Thanks, Jules. Exactly. Even if the texts don't respond, these texts, they're thinking about you and they know that you're there to help their kids. 100%. Absolutely.
this is something that we do, like, I know we're giving and stuff, so it's something we do for free, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, brother. Students, leads. I mean, listen, the Kid Warrior, I mean, you can reverse engineer the whole thing and change the name to time and do it for adults. The whatever, the Resilient Warrior. You know what I mean? It's like, and the thing is that like it's like this. It's like, I'll leave you with this for everybody. It's like everybody wants to get people in the door. Everybody wants to make more money. Everybody wants to like know like what's the secret, right? What's the secret? And the secret is it's not there's several secrets, right? There's several. It's not one thing, it's a combination of a lot of things, right? And the thing is that people, like it's what everything what changed the most is people. They've changed, right? Like patterns have changed. Like we're at an inflection point. I talked about this 5 years ago when paid trials stopped. If you don't know what an inflection point is, it's like an inflection point means that there's usually 13 things that have changed, like something, and now you have to adapt, you have to adjust. Well, where you are now, everybody's a coach, everybody's a marketing expert, everybody has this solution to overcome the pain, right? It's a saturation of personal help, right? And so when I say everything I'm showing you, the thing that's going to win is that you have to be about it, which is authenticity. Like whatever you're selling and telling everybody you do, right? Like people will see through it if you're talking about fitness and you're overweight. Sorry, might hurt some people's feelings. Like if you're going on the journey and you're losing weight, that's great. But if you're going to talk about nutrition and you're 100 pounds overweight, are you doing the things you're telling them to do? Like, are you leading from the front? Are you being that example? I go on and on. So that's number one. Then the second thing is, like, where is the evidence that what you say? Where is it? Like, where is it? I can get 20 guys, 30 guys, probably 40 guys right now that I could say, like, someone wanted to work with me. I could say, John, could they call you and tell them what it's like? Julie doesn't even work with me right yet, right? She doesn't even work with me. Julie, would you talk to 10 people right now and tell them how good my content is? Like you need to have that on your page. Like you need to have, and what I'm showing you, like the reels and like, it's like, you have to understand psychology at a high level. Like you're not doing this for your health. You're doing it, Derek, because people are going to go look, they're going to investigate. Like they're investigators looking for your brand. Like not everyone's like they have options, several options. They're getting thousands of options a day, and you just want them to click a button. No, people are going to look deeper, and they're going to look at you, and are they buying you? Are they buying your brand? Are they buying the message? And then is there a message? Is there an alignment message that's in alignment with everything you're talking about? Like I'll tell you one of the greatest. I'll tell you this right now today. Like I literally like fired a client, not a martial arts client, and I fired someone to work for me today. Right? I feel so great. And I'll tell you why, Godfather, because they were out of alignment with who I am. They don't care about the customers at all. Like, so imagine everything I'm teaching this guy that I tried to, all the stuff I'm showing you. It's like he doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit. All he cares about is cost per lead. And how could you care about the cost per lead when your content sucks? What are you giving them? Nothing. You have offers. It's like, so like this guy is, I'm so glad I'm done with him. And then the VA, like same thing. It's like, I showed them the same thing 6 and 7 times. Like, I don't want to work with someone like that. Like, I'd rather not have someone. I want someone that's in alignment with the standards I have. You understand? If I have to show you Derek 9 times to do something, right? Me and you don't have the same standards, bro. It's fine. It's like, but when those standards catch up to me, then maybe that person come back. But it's like, I have a standard. You have standards too. Do not let these people that are in your school that don't have the same standards as you, just let them, don't make excuses for them. Don't let it happen. Have standards for your brand. And the thing is alignment. All I've done, you watch me like right in front of your eyes. I took the brotherhood. That was like step 1. All the way that I built the brotherhood, that's the way I'm building Maba. And Maba will be even bigger. It'll be even bigger. This is even bigger because it's like shit. They got the brotherhoods are really good because it's mostly like men and women that want high level accountability. Now it's about holding all these other consultants like accountable and letting them know, yo, there's a better option for nothing. And there's no one that has my experience that's giving away this type of free information. Me and the Godfather and other people, all the people in my leader, we're taking thousands of years of experience, thousands, not hundreds. And we're saying, hey, man, we stand up. We just want to help people. And we know that down the road, Godfather will get clients who want to work with him. Like, I'll get someone that wants to buy a website, whatever. We're not doing it for that. Like, it's part of the overall movement. That's what it is. You're creating movements. That's what I'm trying to show you how to do on your page. And it really, I talk to George Bryan all the time. Like, I love him. You know what I mean? It's like, I tell him all the time, Godfather, and I say, George, it's so sad. I said, you did so many workshops, yet so many people still haven't implemented what I'm teaching. But thank you for showing me how to do it. I took what he did and I've capitalized on it. And if you don't get it, so that's a movement, Jules. You're creating the document of truth. I'm going to do version 2.0 next week. The document of truth. That's what I'm doing. All right, guys, I got to stop the recording. My wife will kill